10 players have been now nominated for the Hall of Fame, including Wayne and Patrick Vieira, who we've seen in action tonight. So let's have a look at these 10 that have gone in, with more to come. And we're going to put Wayne and Jamie on the spot in just a moment. So far, Alan Shearer and Thierry Henry, followed by Cantona, Beckham, Lampard, Vieira, Keane, Bergkamp, Gerrard and Wayne Rooney. So fans have been voting on 25 others for the next 6 entrants. Jamie, you've got it actually in your screen, the list of the 25. So we've asked both of you to basically come up with 6, and we'll see if there's any agreement or disagreement.
Yes, so
off, Jamie.
The 6 I went for were Peter Schmeichel. Do I have to draw a line on it?
A little tick by his name or something.
Yeah, but where is he?
He's
you can't miss him, the size of him.
Middle row down the bottom, there we go.
Peter Schmeichel, I went for Sergio Aguero, who I think has given us the best moment, if you like, in the Premier League with that goal. I then went for John Terry, who I've said for years basically has been, in my opinion, the best centre-back in Premier League history. Paul Scholes, one of the absolute greats in midfield. Where are you, Scholes? I know you're only small. Where are you?
It's alphabetical, I'll give you that clue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Under Schmeichel.
I was off when we did S's. I was off that day.
Under Schmeichel.
And I'm going to go for Yaya Toure, who I think in that Manchester City team was absolutely unbelievable. It was men against boys at times when he was coming through. And the last one I was thinking about, and I thought, I've got to put God in. How can you not put God in?
I thought you were going to put Gary Neville for it.
No. How was he on there? A fullback.
Wayne, what did you make of it?
Yes, I've got some similar.
Go on, who do you agree with there?
So the ones I went for, the ones which are the same as Sergio Aguero, I think one of the best strikers the Premier League has ever seen. I know he played for Man City, but I think he's an incredible player. Obviously, I went with Paul Scholes. I think, in my opinion, it should have been him and Alan Shearer, the first 2. In my opinion, I went for John Terry also. As Cara said, horrible to play against, and I think dominant for so many years in the Premier League. And then the other 3 I went for Ian Wright. I think growing up, I used to hate watching him play against Everton because he'd always score. And I think he
wasn't the only one, was he?
No, but he was a character. He had a cheekiness about him, and I think he was a big character in the Premier League, and I went for him. I also went for Vincent Kompany. I think I had so many battles with Kompany throughout the years. I enjoyed the challenge of playing against him.
One of the toughest.
Do you think he's the... So for you, if you've gone for Kompany, do you think he's the best centre-back to play in the Premier League?
No.
Who would you go for?
I'd probably go for Rio. Are you open for the call-out here or what?
No.
And then the last one I went for was Ashley Cole. I think for big periods in his career, he was the best left-back in the world, and so that was the 6 I went for.
But you mentioned Scholes.
We've got lots of questions.
So him and Alan. So you said Shearer and Scholes should have been the first 2. That's a big statement, that.
Yeah, I just think, listen, playing with Scholes for a long time and seeing what he'd done, and I know Thierry Henry is arguably the best player in the Premier League, but I think for Shearer has to go in for his goal scoring record, and for Scholes, he just, you know, what he'd done for you in the team and how he dictated games for the team. So I think he is a bit underrated, certainly not with myself or Manchester United.
Well, he's definitely not with actual players who play with Paul Scholes. Everyone, Gary says the same, you say the same, everyone speaks about him.
Yeah, so that's the reason, really, and obviously I know Thierry Henry is incredible, but just from a personal point of view, I would have went with Shearer and Scholes.
So Scholes ahead of Gerrard?
Yeah.
Centre-backs.
So you'll obviously go... You listen to both...
You'll be getting no players on loan for Aston Villa.
Well, I haven't been getting any anyway. So.
just one of the centre-backs as well. So you talked about Rio, of course, a teammate of yours, but in terms of the opponents, the hardest opponents you face in the Premier League, who would that be?
Yeah, I think John Terry was the toughest I faced. And there's a few, obviously Carragher was one of them, one of the toughest ones I played against. And it's the players who they know all the little tricks. Carragher weren't blessed with great pace, but he knew all the little tricks and he knew at the right times to kick you, to wind you up at times. So
do you remember that time I caught you on the knee?
Yeah, and it was a red card. I think we spoke about this
Was
last
it
time.
Anfield, wasn't it? You couldn't go down.
It was a red
Wasn't it
card,
split?
I had to go off tonight because I had to go off. They had to stitch it up. I think it was John O'Shea might have been scored last minute.
Yeah.
To win the game.
All the tricks. All the tricks.